Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. The date is the 14th of January, and I forgot to say that in Game 1, but it doesn't matter too much because we're still watching the Xixi vs Fantafiction series. So the map is on Amazonia, much smaller than Nomad Isles obviously, since this is a two-player map. In the top right we have Xixi spawning in as the blue Night Elf player. Thankfully he is the same color as the previous game, so it will make much easier work for me when it comes to doing the overlay and all that stuff. Yeah, his opponent is going to be Fantafiction, the red undead player in the bottom left, and he will be going. It's very hard to say. As I say that, I think, and maybe it's not too hard to say, because Amazonia, small map, relatively small distance between each other's spawns, might be a ghoul opening, because that is just so strong when it comes to small maps. But we shall see. Death Knight first, no graveyard in sight. Just have to wait for that fourth ghoul, so yeah, there's that. Demon Hunter first or Warden first? It is going to be a Demon Hunter first. Yeah, like I said in the when Xixi first Xixi, like the Demon Hunter is just so consistent. Like he is so strong across the board. I rarely see a Demon Hunter perform badly. And I mean, if he's performing badly, it's, you know, he's performing average. He's not performing as great as, you know, the great ones have. So there's that. Very nice item as well. +6 claws on the Demon Hunter from that Renegade Wizard camp. We'll be able to clean up with the Archer, as Xixi should prepare for this creep camp. I mean, because it's just such an easy creep camp, as well as it's gonna give a level 2, but Demon Hunter might be looking for a level 2 himself, maybe picking off a ghoul or so. I mean, I think a skeleton or two might be able to be enough for a level 2 as well, but it looks like a ghoul might be the main target here. Death Coil will be able to keep one of those ghouls alive. Looks like Phantom might be going for, you know, a little bit more farmed centric playstyle this time, because he chose Death Coil first. That would generally mean he wants to begin his onslaught at level 2 with the Unholy Aura, but we shall see. It looks like what I said was true anyway. It makes sense. So yeah, level 2 has been gained. The Demon Hunter will get level 2 himself as he kills off a skeleton. He also brings an archer along as well. Not too keen on the archers actually being brought over, because they could very easily get surrounded. But either way, Engine of War possibly moving to the next creep camp as Xixi began level 2, not level 2, tier 2. Level and tier is very different. Okay, tried. My mouse is not. It's getting jaggedy somewhere, but I don't know why. Maybe it's the mouse pad, but I don't like blaming my mouse pad. Oh well, we are gonna have the Tome of Strength being picked up by the Death Knight. That, I mean, small things like that could win you the game, because Tome of Strength does equal to more base damage. Mainly because the Death Knight is a strength hero, as well as more base health. You know, gotta think about these things. Booster Speed, TP Staff from the Demon Hunter, as he purchased from this Goblin Merchant. And will that allow him to chase and burn down the Death Knight as best as possible? Maybe. I mean, the Death Knight doesn't have that much mana left, so it's kind of pointless tossing out those mana burns. Of course, Demon Hunter very strong when it comes to level 3, because 100 mana, like, let's say 50 mana, that's not too big of a deal. But when it comes to 100 mana, that's like holy crap, that's an entire spell. So yeah. Another mana burn, just to keep the Death Knight on tabs, or just to keep tabs on the Death Knight's mana pool. A couple of cancel auto attacks there. I mean, it's always important to get as much damage out as possible. Tier 2, very close to completion for Fanta. It might just be the standard game from him this time. Well, like last time. Yep, Graveyard has been completed, and Tier 3 has now just started. So it looks like it is going to be the Tier 3 Lich and Crypt Fiend / Destroyers. Pretty standard. It just depends on if he's going to go Mass Destroyers or Mass Crypt Fiend. Right now he's got Mass Ghouls. Okay, Panda second, that is okay, gonna be rather good for Xixi, because he's thinking of the possibilities of facing a massed up Crypt Fiend army, as well as the current Ghoul army, because, you know, Breath of Fire. Need to start repeating that, but either way, Naga Sea Witch has been picked up as the second hero. Naga Sea Witch is like one of the main meals for the Demon Hunter when she comes out, because she is so squishy. She can get bursted down very, very quickly. The Demon Hunter would usually do anything and everything to completely demolish that Naga Sea Witch. We can see a mana burn coming down, and he could potentially start attacking, but he is scared of that surround. He shouldn't be, because he has TP Scroll. Not TP Scroll. Well, he does, but he has TP Staff as well. So he shouldn't be scared about trying to fight and trying to kill that Naga Sea Witch. The Panda himself, however, needs to be a little bit more careful, because he could potentially be killed off by the Death Coil. Death Knight does have a replenishment potion, but that is a non-combat item. We are going to have a TP Scroll being transferred to the Naga Sea Witch. I mean, it's just as simple as that. The Demon Hunter just loves eating up Naga Sea Witches. Double Image of Lore, yep, it looks like it. Abolish Magic as well as Adept Training has been completed. We are going to have the first beard being trained up as Tier 3 nears completion for Xixi. Meanwhile, Tier 3 has been completed for Fanta. He is maybe going to start his Lich now. Obviously there's the issue where you can't start your Lich because you still have 2 heroes out. One of the disadvantages of having Naga Sea Witch first. Of course, the other disadvantage of having Naga Sea Witch is that you can't Death Coil. So yeah, that's what makes the Demon Hunter really, really loving when it comes to killing off Naga Sea Witch. Okay, Death Knight actually placed down a sentry ward. I'm not sure where. Actually, it was here, so we'll be able to see very, very far. Lots of bears, lots of dryads. But will it be enough to face Fanta's composition? Right now, probably yes. We are going to have Frenzy being completed for those ghouls. Not that heavy on the Crypt Fiends just yet. And second statue has been popped out. So it might be a concentration or a focus on destroyers again. That could be a problem, because Xixi has probably no problem in, you know, making those dryads. Master training they completed as well, so those bears will be able to get that bear form and get completely wrecked by those destroyers. But of course, that's what those dryads are for. It's very interesting that Frenzy gets researched at this point in the game, because like all it's doing is trying to amp up those like very, very few, like four ghouls, and I mean a complete upgrade in trying to do that. Yeah, it might be, how would I describe it? Over-optimism? I guess that's not over, it's just optimistic to view those ghouls as doing a lot when it comes to, you know, utilizing that frenzy, but we shall see. Rock Golem Camp is being taken out. Legacy Witch has been mana burned, but she doesn't need that much mana since she tosses out frost arrows anyway. What she does need is health, because she is running out very, very quickly. Lich is also out with that Orb of Corruption. Legacy Witch was actually taken down. No way of healing her, so it was rather inevitable for that to happen. So yeah, Lich with that Orb of Corruption, a really random Breath of Fire there. He really didn't like that Tomb of Relics, but yeah, what can you do about that? Actually, I have a couple of items being sold by the Death Knight. We do have the one charge of Rod Necromancy, Great Mana Potion, as well as a Scroll of Healing. Lich doesn't have any new items. Wand of Illusion was picked up by this creep camp, so the Demon is going to use that to scout around. We only have one Preservation Staff for Xixi, so there are not many units could be saved in the future fight. Oh well. Okay. Wow. Fanta's actually going to start this creep camp knowing that he's being followed by Xixi. That is really ballsy move, and he is going to immediately TP out. That was really weird, because he saw his opponent coming a mile away. So he basically burned a TP scroll to gain the item from the bottom, the top left. So I'm actually curious in what was picked up. Scourge Bone Chimes. Yeah, that's immediately sold. I guess that's kind of worth, because that's 200 gold, but TV scrolls actually cost more than that, so maybe it's not entirely worth it in that scenario. Boneyard is being placed down. Maybe an act of desperation here, because Fanta was trying to mass up on those destroyers. Now he's just gonna go transition and say screw it, let's go Frost Drums instead. Frost Drums still have the weakness of destroyers when it comes to dealing with dryads. They deal magic damage, so dryads are immune. They are light armored, so dryads are very effective. But of course they still have the strengths of destroyers, as in they deal a lot of damage and they do really well against bears. I guess the only downside of having Frost Storms is that they cost so much, and that destroyers deal chaos damage. Yeah. It sounds like the destroyers are pretty good. Talking about destroyers, we have two, once again, just beaming around both bases trying to harass. The Entangled Goldmine might suffer some damage, but it looks like the Demon Hunter is actually coming in to try and answer that with one Venom shot. That's all he needs. Granite Golem Camp is being cleared out with relative ease. Hell, the illusion's not even tanking most of the damage. That's just the strength of those bears. Not even armor upgraded bears, but it doesn't really matter too much. 960 health, that's a whole boatload. Cloak of Flames has been picked up by the Panda. It may as well repel against any possible surrounds, but it looks like most of this army is going to be air-based, since we are going to have Frostworms out. So Cloak of Flames might be sold. We have a Sobi Mask as well. That is probably the best item for the Panda. Maybe excluding the fact that the Mana Stone might be better. But who needs a Mana Stone if you have Greater Mana Potion as well? So yeah, he's got all the things. Rock Golem Camp, Granite Golem Camp, the final one, and this will actually be the final creep camp of the map. As I lie to you right in the face, because that is not true. We still have this Murloc Camp and the, or at least that Nightcrawler. It doesn't really count, okay? we have this camp. It's full camp, so that one does count. We do have a reveal coming down over here. Not sure who it was from, but let's just say it was from Xixi, because he might be scared of any shades. Wow, double cloak flames, that is extremely unlucky. That will most likely be sold. Did we have a troll die? Wow. Xixi is rather cruel. He wants another bear in exchange for that troll. Okay, this creep cam is gonna get cleared out. Really running out of item space here. What was dropped? Golem of Ogre Strength? Yeah, that's gonna be ditched because the other one was. Both Cloak of Flames has been sold. We also have the Sobi Mask being sold as well. That is a very interesting move from the Panda, but I guess like being such high position in this game, it doesn't really matter too much about that. Oh, the Cloak of Flame might have been actually pretty good to keep because we have a bunch of ghouls as well. Oh well. I mean, how could you have known? I definitely didn't know. And I have Observer mode on. 2-1 Dryads as well as Bears. Will they be able to do well against these Frost Worms? The Dryads need to start focus fighting these Frost Worms because the Panda, he had an anti-magic shell potion and he is getting chunked. TB Scroll is going to be used, but we have a lot of Dryads. I think this is a GG from Fanta. There is no way that he could get away with those air units and those Dryads not attacking him, so there we go, GG from Fanta. Xixi will be able to 2-0 this series, and yeah, very nicely done. Actually very nicely done. His next opponent will be Yumiko, and that will be the last series of the Group A's. Yep, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys then. Take care.